little celebratory video for episode 2000, and more so, I think, a celebratory video for all of us as this place continues to grow and allow people to chase dreams and to make the world a better place. But that's really all it's about. And trust me when I tell you, all it takes is a couple minutes of doom scrolling on any of your social medias to realize the world needs a lot more good things. We want to make this world a great place, a beautiful place, a place where I want to leave the house. That's my goal, is to be able to want to leave the house. Because it's really hard, because everyone's so down and out and it's just blah. The world needs more good. And that guy's all about good. So thank you again to our friend, the Photo Prospector. Check him out on all the socials. And we're going to try to get him on here as much as humanly possible because he's a beautiful angel, as you can tell. And I'm pretty sure he's a full-time model as well on the side, doing a lot of modeling. As you can see, I said my only issue with the video before was he blurred out the best part. Like, I wish that wasn't blurred, but besides that, very well done by the Photo Prospector as we continue on the Friday edition of your show, hanging out, having a lot of fun, doing our thing with our little Friday roundtable. And we got one half of the Commander Cookout podcast in the house, just finished recording new episodes. Very excited. The other half is from the Past Our Bedtime podcast starring Brooksy and the great Hardcore. If you want to hang out, let's go big screen here, my man. Thank you very, very much, Dragoon. If you want to be a part of this, we just finished talking about how the world needs more good. We have to make it so we are not angry that we have to leave the house because everyone's so upset all the time. If you have any ideas for that, you have organizations, you have charities, let us know. Hit us up at contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. Or if you hate the @ symbol and the word contact, we have a website just for you. Check it out. Royal Anders made it, and it's freaking incredible. Whew. Okay. I think I got all that out of my system. First off, again, thank you for the pot. Very excited to have pots. I'm going to do my simmer today, and I'm going to make sure I stir it the right way.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go from there. Well, you also have a bunch of other stuff. You had some videos, and that was the reason we got off to such a rocky start because my poor drag was like, this video, do this, go, go, go.
Okay. So
Maggie, don't eat anything. Oh, shout out to your dog. I know.
Timbits are up now.
Yeah, no, we're fine. She's outside. It's all good.
Okay.
It's just the problem, and I don't know if you have this with Big Earth, but with Maggie, if you don't pay attention to her, she is like a ninja. She is so stealth. She's done it to LB numerous times. She's been this close. Whenever he opens a hot rod, he'll just make her way over. And like he won't even know she's there, and he'll be talking, and she'll swipe at it. If nobody's got an eye on that sneaky little puppy, she will get in there and she'll steal all of your beautiful daughter's treats. She will steal all of the other things that are loose around here. But if you're paying attention to her, it's okay. That's why I always have to, I have it hardwired into my brain that I need to make sure there's nothing that she can get at all the time, or else I know she will.
That's like a toddler.
Basically. Not that I would know, but I assume.
Okay, so
Talk to us, girl.
I've got a video I would like to share, but before we get to that, I'm going to the basement tomorrow to watch Funk Joint, who is actually Uncle Grandma. Remember last episode I was like, I want to go watch live music more?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Guess who's coming here before sound check tomorrow?
Him.
Uncle Grandma. We're doing another episode. Shout out to Uncle Grandma Story Time. Again, one of our other favorite shows on the internet. The guy is incredible. Funk Joint. That was close.
Yeah,
Whoops.
that was close.
You know, the only time there's a child in here, and we got to go ahead and just do one of those. Funk Joint, incredible. Savelm and him do incredible things, and they're so freaking awesome. He's really pumped for that show, so I'm very excited for you for that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so then it's a good segue into good things happening out in the world. Because my algorithm on TikTok has brought me onto Doug's winter party, and I don't know if anybody else is on this or if you're on it. There, did that video work out, Dragon? Yeah. Okay.
The old guy video?
Let's play the video. It's about 30 seconds long. And I'll describe it a little bit. An old man in a neighborhood in the States has made handwritten invitations.
You love those.
Oh, and he went around to all of his neighbors and handed out this invitation. And anyway, let's play the video and then I'll talk about it after.
Hi. I'm Doug across the street over here, right? I live over in that house there.
Okay.
and there's an invite to a party on February 15th.
Okay.
But I didn't want to leave it in mailbox because when you read it, you
And he gives me this little invitation that literally looks like he used like some sort of a pen to then like make copies of these and give them out to all our neighbors. And it says,
So anyway, he says a party starts at 4 until the cops come, and it is unreal. So now it's like blown up all over, and people are like trying to get invited. There is liquor stores all over the world trying to send him like liquor for this party.
Set him up, yeah.
There's people like in Canada or in Australia saying that they're going to fly out there. There's actual bars all over the place, like doing February the 15th, a winter party in honor of Doug at like their bars and stuff because it's invite only. But then a TikTok of his daughter went on.
Uh-oh. Was that his daughter after?
No, that was the
Okay.
neighbor.
Okay.
And his daughter said he's Canadian, but he's living in the States. My mind is blown. What a great thing. If I want to do I want to do a party for my neighbors. I live on like a gray-haired street.
You've talked about this.
Yeah, and we're like one of the youngest people, and I want to invite everyone.
My big question here is, do you think that this party will go off? It sounds like it's going to be one of those parties where the second it starts, it's going to be shut down because it's way too cool and everyone wants to be there.
That'll be popping as hell.
Yeah, for a minute.
What do you mean a minute?
The cops are going to shut it down. It's going to be a huge party. Everyone's coming from around the United States to be there.
The cops are even doing TikTok, and they're saying they're going to the party.
I hope so. I hope you're right. Again,
not to crash it.
No, to have fun.
To have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. What's his name?
His name's Doug.
Doug's my dude. I imagine Doug is probably having the greatest moment of his life.
Or he's just stressing.
No, hell no,
he's
dude.
for it.
Dude, he's 85.
His daughter's
like, bro, now I have to have the best party in the whole world. If somebody flies from Australia to some dude's party, like that thing better be off the hook.
That thing that you just said makes it off the hook.
That's true.
Yeah. No,
there's a dude here from Australia.
He's been throwing parties for years, I guess, and he knows how to do good
To
food.
Doug, hell yeah.
He's a Scotch drinker, and anyway, I'll keep you up to date on.
I want to hear
Doug's winter party.
everything about Doug Alug from this party. That's my guy.
So I was on the rabbit hole of Doug's party. So then I also got on this rabbit hole of forts. There's these 4 kids in the States that are building a fort on TikTok, and they're filming the whole thing as they go. And
Free fort, blanket fort.
Yeah, context, please.
Okay, I'll get into it. So then,
That's what we get for being curious.
yeah, and so it's like a stick fort. It's in the bush. It's made out of anything that they can find. However, somebody started a GoFundMe page for them, and they've like got $8,000 now. The first 2 things that they're buying is a tripod so that they can film better. But it is amazing. So then it got me thinking, like, when's the last time I build forts?
Obviously.
But when's the last time you 2 built a fort?
Man, it's been way too long for me.
Actually, last time I was sick, I don't know if this counts, but last time I was sick, I was really, really cold. So on my couch, I got like a blanket, and I propped it up on some stuff. So it was like a little tent. And then I went inside of my little warm blanket tent, and I wrapped myself up in my blanket so I could stay extra warm.
Yep. Very similar. A couple weeks ago, I had a space heater inside the house that doubles as a dinner table that I use to eat inside my living room / bathroom / kitchen in the ski chalet. And I was really cold because I use, what's that? Yeah, it's the best. So I spend all the money on heating inside this beautiful studio. So I freeze myself out inside. So I keep around 19 or 20 just to save some money. It gets really cold. So luckily I got a whole bunch of robes that I bought. I'm still waiting to monogram. And I throw one on, and that's sort of what I wear in the house because it's so cold. And then when it gets really cold, I will do like Brando. I'll take my amazing Step Brothers blanket that I got inside. I'll hang it over top of the space heater, and then I'll crawl under and wrap it around me and go underneath into the hot little space heater tent that we make.
So you live in a fort.
Basically.
Pretty much.
There it is.
Fort Garry.
Well, Fort Garry. Love it. Well, it got me thinking, like, down a rabbit hole of forts.
Here we go.
And so I was like, Gary, can we talk about forts on the show? And he's like, yep, love it. So,
very pumped.
Fort, do you know what the definition of a fort is?
A place to stay warm when you're cold?
Yes, that also.
Okay.
But it's a fortified building or strategic position other
this goes
words.
back to the war days.
Yeah, it's a fortress, a fastness, or a stronghold. I'm like, stronghold? Isn't that like a Ted Nugent song? But it's not. It's stranglehold.
No, that's see the
Is that-
stronghold is the thing I used to do with a bottle of vodka to make me cook.
Oh,
It's also the magic set that I started in.
oh, you started a magic set?
No, I started in Stronghold when it was the newest magic set. That's where I started.
That's cool.
Mhm.
That is, I love where this is going.
Hell yeah.
So there's different types of forts. So there's a hill fort, and Dragon's gonna pick up a picture
Ooh.
here. So we have a picture of a
Here
hill
we go,
fort.
Dragoon.
So Canada
Ooh.
actually has.
Where's the fort?
Well, like this is just it would be the top of that thing.
Those are the ruins.
Yeah. So Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Saskatchewan have hill forts. Where do you think in Saskatchewan there's one?
Oh, somewhere with a fort in the name.
And it's not Fort Saskatchewan, 'cause that's in Alberta.
That's true.
That's weird.
I almost
That
died
is
there.
weird.
What?
Fort.
We need to know more about you almost dying there. Or is
Well, I
that
was-
not a?
Well, I was driving in my 1990 Crown Vic, heading back to Slave Lake, Alberta, to continue my journey as a news and sports guy with Cat Country KWA. And it was a huge snowstorm. It was Christmas, Boxing Day. I was driving back, and I was like, I don't think I can drive, Dad. Like, it's a huge snowstorm. He said, you get in that car and you go, son. Okay. The big turnoff heading to Fort Saskatchewan in Alberta has a big bank that goes up like this, and about every maybe 50 feet, there's a pole in between there. And I'm going about 70, and I hit the brakes to slow down to go up this big turn bank, and brake not working. Like they're working, but it's a snowstorm and it's a blizzard, so obviously the brakes aren't working. So I make the quick, decisive decision of just taking her straight down into the big, giant pile of snow. There's an overpass this way. I'm trying to go this way. And as I go in, I dodge the two poles, and I pray to the good Lord. I say, here we go. Floor it. And it's a 1990 Crown Vic. It's my grandpa's vehicle, and I'll never forget it. It's such a beast. Vroom! Floored it, and I turned slightly and just went up a hill and missed two more poles and got right back on to the road like nothing even happened. And I was sweating, and I was, again, thanking the good Lord for, I'll never forget it. And I pulled over to the side, and I had a cell phone. Like, it wasn't my cell phone. It was bought specifically for me for this drive. Called my dad. I was like, yeah, so almost died. Fort Saskatchewan. Like, car okay? Yeah. All right, son, call it when you get there. And that was it. Like, okay. And continued on my way. Fort Saskatchewan. I'll never forget.
Man, Papa Gary.
What a good
eh?
story.
It's
Tough
wild.
love.
And again, if you don't, like, whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter what it is. There is something guiding. Like, it was just, here you go, kid. You'll be fine. Like, it was one of those moments where it's
Yep.
like, I had nothing to do with it. So thank you to the universe for that.
Yes, thank you to the universe for that, because then I wouldn't have met you.
You're here.
Yeah.
Batosh.
No, Fort Walsh.
Damn
And
it.
do you know where Fort Walsh is?
It's in the Cypress Hills, right?
Correct. Well, closer to
Ooh,
Maple Creek, but
insane
yeah.
in the
So if you want to go,
membrane.
Oh, wait.
Taking hits from the bomb.
hey!
Near the Cypress
Hey,
Hills,
my
baby.
man.
There it is.
My man.
There it
Very
is.
well done.
So then I looked into it. Do you know why Fort Walsh was created and it's there? Because I don't.
Was it an RCMP?
Yes.
Dude,
Thing?
He's
Yeah.
so
one of
good
these
at
getting
this.
one of these getting hard. Ding.
Yay.
RCMP Fort. Thank you.
Yep.
And this is why we love you so much, Hardcore. You come in here and we learn.
Yeah.
We don't just have conversations. We have great conversations, but we learn about so many interesting things. I just want to thank you for doing that. It's very
Well,
cool.
I'm glad that you guys want to learn, because I'm like, maybe they don't want to know this stuff.
No, we want
But
to
it's
learn.
local stuff. Well,
This
I
is
mean,
great.
Canadian stuff. So in 1873.
What's this?
Oh, I'm not there. We're not there yet.
Was that Fort Walsh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That
was
was
Fort Walsh, of
oh,
course.
he followed the directions very well. Yeah. Yeah. You can put it up, and then I will describe Fort Walsh.
Here we go.
In 1873, American wolf hunters attacked the Nakota camp, leading to the creation of the Northwest Mounted Police to enforce the law in Western Canada. The Northwest Mounted Police established Fort Walsh in 1875, playing key roles in the law enforcement, treaty negotiations, and managing the arrival of the Sitting Bull and thousands of Lakota refugees after the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Hell yeah.
It is now, a national historic site, but the RCMP used the property in 1942 for a horse breeding program. That's cool. That's it.
You said, you gotta talk into the microphone.
He's been there 6 times? Love it.
Wow.
This is why you talk to the mic, young man.
Yeah.
Way funnier for
Way
everyone instead of
funnier.
just us. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
The dude loves Fort Walsh.
Hmm
Dang.
I love that he loves Fort Walsh.
He's my guy. My
Okay,
special dragon.
so on to the next one. There's Desert Fort.
Mm. How do desert forts
So-
work?
Whoa,
Come on.
dang.
Hell no. No, I don't believe that. That's not real.
I know. I didn't look it up. I don't have no facts
AI.
on this.
Hey, AI. That's a chat GBC's right there.
Where's the door?
On the other side, I'm assuming.
well,
Dude, there is no door. You just cut it out of the sand. The
well,
door
that's
can be
not a
wherever
very.
you want.
If you could just cut a door in it, then it's not a very effective wall.
Yeah, made out of sand. Okay.
He's
that's
not
fair.
wrong.
No.
Okay, and then
Tell me
there's.
more about sand forts. I have so many questions.
Was
I didn't.
Was
I have
Fort
zero
Walsh,
facts on.
What the heck?
Is Fort Walsh a hill
Where did the-
fort? Because it looked
Fort
like it was
Walsh-
at the bottom of a hill.
I agree. There's also prairie forts. And I was like, why is Fort Walsh a hill fort? I think it's a prairie fort, but you know, it's the internet, and you can find anything on the internet, and so I could be wrong. So don't come at me.
I do love camels. I saw a video of a camel playing in the water the other day, and it calmed my soul.
I
It's
saw
Man,
that one
camels
too.
spit
I
on me
saw
one
that.
time at
Camels
the
are the
zoo.
best. Hell yeah.
I also have a camel. So. Okay.
Dun,
On
dun,
to the next one.
dun,
Water forts.
Water fort?
Water
Hold on.
forts.
Real quick, the greatest business name I've ever heard in my life, still to this day, is Camel Towing. They're a tow company. I believe it's in
Ah.
Regina. Shout out to Camel Towing.
Babu.
No, not true. Is he fact checking me?
He's a fact checker. I can't say that.
Oh, he doesn't like it. I see.
Yeah, well, Dragon doesn't. Show the water fort, Dragon.
Yeah. So Canada has.
Hold on a second. I will say this. Oh, here we go.
That's cool.
Uncle
That's the one I
Brando,
like.
before we continue with water forts, are we not totally right now talking about the Legend of Zelda? With all of these fortresses.
Oh, there's the water
fortress,
fort, the plain fortress, the
sand,
hill
the desert
fortress.
one.
Yeah, dude.
Dun,
Hell yeah.
Greatest couple in the universe. Thank you again to Brooksy for picking this up, and to her beautiful husband Brad, who is the reason she was there to pick this up.
Who was
the
it?
thrift shop.
He was also there.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My guy.
Shout out to Brad. He bought us some mugs and sponsored our latest episode. And
You guys are allowing sponsorship now.
yeah, Brad.
Is that the
Why
one?
are we not
about
sponsoring? I'd like
small
to sponsor
pet
you guys.
peeves?
Let's go.
Okay.
As Wendy
Maybe
would do.
maybe Goblin's Grill. Yeah, a whole bunch of sponsors for
Yeah,
him.
we should,
Everyone knows
yeah.
past their bedtime.
I should have asked him.
Okay.
Just-
I
I give
totally
him a-
derailed this, and I apologize. It's just I'm very excited about sports.
I have
Yeah,
a question
look, it
about
gets better.
the. I,
It
before
does.
it gets better, I have to ask about the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I watched your most recent episode on YouTube.
Okay, which
You
one? The
Wendy?
things
Which
that
you
annoy
should
us?
do.
The things that annoy you,
Okay.
and I cannot agree with you anymore about how annoying it is when the shower curtain touches me.
Yes.
I weigh that son of a bitch down with shampoo bottles and stuff. If it touches me, I will burn my house down.
It's gross.
I can't handle it. It's the most disgusting thing
and
that
how
can
does
happen
it
to you.
get so slimy and dirty? It's just clean water going on
It's
it.
water and soap touching it. Like, why is it
Why?
so gross?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh.
How do you guys feel about one-uppers? Like people that one-up all the time.
I
Fan?
don't know.
Not a, I
They
can't
can-
imagine anyone's a fan of one-up.
Am
No, they
I a
can-
one-upper? Are you
No,
coming at me?
I'm about to be. This is why.
Or you
Take
want to
everything you
one-up us
just
with how
said,
disgusting
yes.
a shower curtain is?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because I agree. And
Okay.
not only that, I am a firm believer in not murdering bugs and all these other beings. Because
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
hey, if we're going to work together here, me and the spiders in that house have to like come to an agreement. So we've made an agreement. And any spider in there, always catch and release. I put them right back in the corner. I said, keep eating all those bugs and all the other stuff that's in here. I love you guys. The shower curtain touched me the other day.
Oh.
And it's now in my head because I found this is like the third spider now I found inside the curtain. So as I'm sitting there showering away, I look over and it's about this big. And I look at him like, you are eating very healthily. I'm very proud of you. Keep up the great work. And I left him in there.
Oh, no.
So I didn't even release that guy. I was like, no, you know what? I'm in the middle of my shower. It's going to be really tough for me to catch him and take him out. We'll just leave. So now, that was about a week ago. Since then, every time the shower curtain touches me, I also picture this giant spider jumping on me. So it's like a double whammy of curtain grossness and spider scariness.
Man.
The price we pay to be friends with our spider friend.
Yeah.
See,
Shout out to those guys, though. They're sweet.
I also have an agreement with the bugs in my house where I don't go in their house because I would expect them to kill me.
Yeah.
And so when they come into my house, I kill them.
Whoa, not the best agreement, but I get it. I think you're most of society.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'd kill it too.
My grandma always tells me that whenever there would be like ants or any bugs in the garden, like she was like Granny, she's like, exterminate now. I'm like, Granny, no, and I would cry. She would exterminate all these poor little bugs and little ants and little beetles. Like, why do you have to kill them? Why can't we just move them?
Man.
It's tough, man. It's tough to learn about the circle of life, if you will.
One year I got potato bugs on my potatoes in my garden, and I took like a weekend and I picked all these little bastards off and I saved them in a jar. I didn't kill them, I didn't squish them, I just put them in the jar with their whole bug family.
Okay.
And then that weekend at the end, we had a bonfire and I just poured them into the fire.
Did they sizzle and spark a little?
Not really.
Like-
They just kind of, it was very disappointing actually. I thought they were
Oh.
going to be like, "Bah!" and like the little bug ghosts would come out of them.
Yeah,
I'd be
that
like,
was
yeah,
epic.
you tell your friends
Yeah.
in the afterlife, you
Go
jerks.
haunt Gary.
Yeah, like get out of here.
Yeah.
You want to not get killed?
All
Don't
bugs
eat
are
my
welcome.
potatoes,
Except,
suckers.
do you know what? The maple bugs, the ones by the door,
Yeah.
they had to go. And I
Oh, yeah.
cried when I did that. Like hundreds and hundreds of them, only because, well, no.
Did
no
you
happy.
spray them with a flamethrower? Because that's
No, it was just water and soap, and then I had to watch them like die. And the entire time I was spraying them, I was apologizing to each and every one. I'm so sorry that we have to do this. It's, you guys are too close to the house, and they're all crawling in, and we can't have that. Like the spiders are already eating really good. Like we can't keep going like
I'd spray
that
them
was
with
hard.
bullets.
That
like,
hurt.
oh man, I hate maple bugs so much.
man. I also,
I'm getting fired up here thinking about killing maple bugs, dude.
well,
Like, I-
this is where it gets really extreme. Catching and releasing mice.
Oh,
At,
yeah.
the old place at a Blackstrap, we always have mices running around the garage. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake, our big old cat, would go in there and he'd catch them or he'd play with them. And numerous times I would go in there with a cup and scoop them up before Brutus the Barber Beefcake ate them. And I'd save them and tell him, don't come back this way. 'Cause this guy's going to eat you. I'm a sucker, man. I'm a sucker with a way. It's the best and the worst way to live, I think, because you're so much love, but whenever it doesn't go the love way, it's always just devastating.
Well, because sometimes the other half isn't living the love way; they're living the we have to live way, and they don't realize that you're being nice to them, right?
Yeah.
I used to work in a derelict building on 20th Street here in Saskatoon, 20th and H at the High Tech Game Traders. Used to
Hell
be
yeah.
on KFC,
Hell yeah.
and I'm not going to defame anybody, but the place was a shithole.
Yeah, no names.
And we had mice like you wouldn't believe. And so me and my buddy Clayton would be there and we'd be like fixing stuff and working on things or whatever. And like the mice were just crawling all over everything. They were used to like but it's like you can't have mice in your chair. They're
Dude,
pooping.
that is, like, at that point, it's an actual hazard.
So what we'd do is
Yeah.
we'd order pizza and we wouldn't eat the crust.
Oh,
And we'd
no.
like take the pizza boxes and like put it up in the roof. Because that's where their nests and stuff were, right? Because they had all that wood chip insulation. And so we just like put pizza boxes full of crust up in the things that they'd like stay in the roof and leave us alone.
Smart.
Oh
See?
man! And then
I
one
can
day
get
we
behind
Smart.
that. I like
one
that.
day then we get Arby's because
Shout
we
out.
were having we
Love
were
Arby's.
just having a bad day and we put like the Arby's garbage in the garbage and like I swear to you every mouse in that building marched in formation. In like the clans almost went to war over this bag full of Arby's garbage. It was
boys, Brando got Arby's.
oh man, like there was like
Who did it?
one of them came in the wedge formation to
Hell yeah.
try and like
Flying
break
V,
down
dude.
the
That's
lines.
The flying V from Mighty Ducks.
Oh man,
Seen
it
that.
was
It works.
wild. But I couldn't bring myself to kill them because they're so cute.
That's my problem, man.
Right,
Look
I
'em-
couldn't
look
do
'em in
it.
the eyes.
But there's
You're
too
gonna do it,
many
look 'em
of
in
them
the
to
eyes.
release. You can't catch them all. Like,
Ain't
they're not
no
Pokemon.
I
Burn the
gotcha.
whole place down.
Oh yeah, but I didn't want to do that either because that's their home. They
Yeah.
were technically there first.
Yeah.
So
Boy, we went really off the rails here.
water forts.
No, thanks for watching the latest episode. I really appreciate it.
Oh hell yeah!
But
it
the
was a
new
great
episode is all about love. So
Oh,
Yeah.
love.
Lovey-dovey.
yeah, okay, water forts. Canada
Water
has some water
forts.
forts, Ontario, BC, and Quebec. Is there a picture of Fort Lennox?
Fort Lennox Dragoon.
Yeah.
Take us to.
This is
Oh!
actually in Canada.
It's
Get
shaped
outta
like a
here.
star.
Yeah,
What
it's pretty cool. It was built in or 1759 to defend the British invasion.
Where is this?
Quebec. Somewhere in
Interesting.
Quebec.
Where in Quebec would
I
we
don't
have? I've never been to Quebec. I'm going to be
Doug
honest.
again.
Oh, there's Doug.
Hi, Doug. Because Doug's awesome.
Okay,
That's
now
why.
we're getting to the good part of forts.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on,
good
hold on
for
a
it.
second. Didn't we solve that issue?
Where like is
Quebec
Quebec on
is-
the coast? Is
yeah.
it on the coast?
Oh yeah, dude. Quebec comes down. There's a big pile of ocean between because you got all the New Brunswicks and the Prince Edward Islands and all that. They're all right in there.
But shouldn't the fort be on them because the British would get there first?
It's on an island in the middle of the.
Oh, the Richelieu River.
Oh, of course. it is.
Richelieu.
The Richelieu River.
Yeah,
All right.
obviously.
Yeah.
But I thought you knew forts, bro.
No, apparently not.
Yeah,
Apparently
then.
not. I just knew that one.
Okay, we're learning. So
Okay.
that's the water fort in Quebec. I'm starting to get really jealous that I don't have one of those, and you're the only one
Oh,
dinging.
yeah.
It's killing me.
There are 3. We
It's
could
okay.
get one.
No, because then I'll be dinging all day.
So I have a list of forts, and I'm gonna go the worst to the best, and I want you guys to change my mind.
Okay.
You got it.
So we're going to start with the worst kind of fort.
Yeah, and if Dragon could put a list up somehow and type, that'd be great. But I don't
I
think
don't
he can.
think he can.
Okay.
Let's stop adding to Dragon's
Yeah.
party.
He's just
done
sitting
enough.
there.
My
Just
poor
kidding.
guy. In the mic. In the mic. Thanks, bro.
Okay, so with number 8, and there's a reason why I said this one because this is what I ran away to this type of fort once when I was a kid. It's called a bale fort. So as a
Ah,
farm kid, there was like square bales, and you'd put them into like a big block and
Yep.
whatever. I like dug out the middle and made a fort in it. But it's the worst because it's there.
itchy.
Yes,
Very itchy.
Itchy
Yes.
and pokey. And it probably smell kind of bad.
and the mice live in there.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
Not to mention all the other things.
I didn't last long. I went back home.
Okay, bale fort. I don't know if I haven't heard the rest of the list
Right,
yet.
right.
Hold on.
That
I'm
one
gonna
doesn't
go
sound
ahead-
as bad as it could be.
I'm going to go ahead and say right now we are bailing on the bale fort.
Yes.
Listen.
Lame.
Listen
It
here.
Just
was a
like
good-
that
it was
joke. It's a
funnier
lame
than the
fort.
earlier joke. Which is which? Into the mic, Dragon.
Can't hear you, bud.
Okay. Number 7. A snow fort.
Oh,
All right,
snow
now
forts
we're
are
cooking.
cool.
Now we're cooking.
Yes. I also really love a good Quincy. However,
Quincy?
What the hell is that?
it's like a shelter that you build if you're stranded.
Isn't
And
that
I
an
build one
igloo?
every single essentially a Canadian igloo.
Hold on. Are you just like
I build
being-
them.
Are you one-upping us right now with your Quincy talk instead of calling it an igloo?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Continue.
Okay. And they're number 7. I love them. However, they're cold. It's a lot of work to
You can
make.
heat them. Isn't part of making them heating it up and then taking the heat away so it melts and then freezes again to form your dome?
And then like the snow insulates you and
The
stuff.
Yeah.
snow insulates you, so you don't even really need a lot of heat.
That's
You
why
just
you
need-
can
To
live in it.
melt all of the stuff so it's an ice layer.
Yeah,
You
you
got to
could.
get there first before it can insulate.
Yeah, I really wanted to build a huge snow fort in my backyard and have you guys over,
That would be awesome.
but there wasn't enough snow because I have too many trees.
You know who did do that was my main man, Tim Stone, the greatest afternoon guy in the history of any radio ever. C95, check him out. You will love him. Not just the handsomest fella ever. He also, for a couple of years, he might still be doing it even, built the snow fort in his backyard to the point where news crews in town would go and do interviews inside the fort.
Oh, I'm
Because
That's
that's
so
how
cool.
badass it
jealous.
was. Yeah, so
Hell
shout out to the great
yeah.
Tim Stone. I love
That's
him so
dope.
much.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. No news,
So that
but
fort was badass.
Yeah. So number 6 is a tent fort, and I think it's pretty lame because it's just a tent, and then you like go in it and do a fort. But
How
like,
is that a?
That's just
Yeah.
called a tent, bro.
I agree. It's
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
what
a tent
is.
fort, it's a
That's the
tent.
worst one. The tent fort is the worst
Oh,
one. It
okay.
doesn't even serve a practical purpose.
Dude,
dude,
move over bales.
Yeah, that's
Tents. Number 8. Only because it's trying to, what's it called? Daylight as two things. Moonlight.
Yeah,
It
you have a pen?
insists to say, not only are we a tent,
we're also
a fort.
Like get bent.
You can also get bent.
Like get bent.
Okay.
Tent.
I got a pen over. Keep going.
Okay, so number 5 is a stick fort.
Stick forts. That's like that's what those kids were building, and they got a.
Yeah,
It's like a beaver dam, but
Ooh.
for us.
yeah,
like
and
that.
the reason why I say it's it's cool to do, but what if you don't have a
It's
lot
like
of
peeing your
sticks to
pants.
use? You don't have
Yeah.
a really good fort.
My friend Sarah, speaking of stick forts, is hand building her own log cabin right now.
What?
That's so badass, dude.
Like
Like Paul Bunyan,
yeah, big like
my dude.
It's so cool that she's doing that.
Where?
It's the coolest damn thing. She owns a little bit of land up, not like up north, but like north of the city of Saskatoon. It's maybe an hour or 2 hours north.
Okay.
And there was nothing on it. And she's like, well, I kind of want a cabin, so I'm going to build one, but I don't want to build a cabin, so I'm going to do a log cabin. And she loves doing outdoorsy stuff, so she'll go and camp out there, and she'll work on her log cabin. It's really cool.
That's cool.
So, like, as far as
I'm very
stick
jealous.
forts go, that's a good one.
incredible. Yeah.
I would love to do that. Just live in my
The
fort.
stick fort, it's a blessing and a curse, I think, because the only thing that's limiting you is your mind. Like, you can have any types of sticks, and you can build anything you want. At the same time, and I call it the Netflix issue. You have all these options, then you
Yeah.
can never settle on one thing. So I would sit there and be
yeah.
like, oh, I just build them in my head, like Minecraft in my brain.
Yeah.
It's like, well, did you build the fort? No, but you should see the one in here. That stick fort is incredible. I need 1,000 sticks about from here to here. And then nothing gets done.
Yeah.
So stick fort's very good, but a lot of work
Okay,
Yes.
so are we still keeping it at number 6?
for now.
So number 4 I have is a pillow fort.
Here we go. Pillow fort's the
But
classic.
I like when you use the couch cushions and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
the classic pillow
Yeah,
fort.
that's a pretty classic
It
fort.
is pretty cool, but you only have so many couch cushions. So you can only make your fort so big.
This is true.
That
I
is
will
true.
say this. Pillow cushions, the great Croker. Morning show. Look at us dropping all the hosts around now. Morning show, 92.9 in the Bull, the best in the biz. Also just announcing pregnancy, I believe. Congratulations to you and your beautiful wife, my sweet, beautiful Croker. He is well known for building forts, so much so that he was doing a remote at the hospital home lottery. Shout out to all our friends over there. And he built a fort inside the show home.
Oh, I love
A
it.
pillow fort
Cool.
inside the show home. It was badass. So Croker, we love you. Congratulations and keep up the great work. By the way, his episode of Family Feud comes out March 19th. Looking very forward to seeing the Crokers
Oh,
on
like
Family
on
Feud.
Oh,
Family
neat.
Feud? Cool.
Like
True
American
story.
Family Feud? Or
Canadian.
Like, oh.
Dude, Family Feud. Come on.
If Wendy's watching, I'll give you a little bit of an insider information to my birthday.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
I want to do Family Feud at my birthday.
If you're going to do it, you
Where
better
are
do
you
it
gonna-
right. We'll do it here. We'll set it up.
Where are you going to ask 100 people?
I'll just get stuff off the internet like I always do.
She's very efficient at. You see how prepped she
Yeah,
comes?
she's
She's
got
got
a-
It's nuts.
It's got a piece of paper with words on it and
We
stuff.
got a whole show out of it. It's
Man.
crazy.
Oh, every Friday, if you allow me, I'll do it.
It's already
Ooh.
done. It's in your contract, bro.
Very exciting.
Continue.
Okay.
No, well, we didn't really talk about it. Pillow fort's awesome. Very simple, very easy, and a great way to bond, be it between bros or father and son or mother-daughter or in between, however you want to do it. There's a lot of bonding involved with pillow fort.
Pillow fort is where I
Fort
began.
making period.
It's where I began my fort building career.
Good point.
But it is also a type of Magic deck that I really, really dislike playing against. So I'm gonna have to rank it lower on the list
Pillow
than you
fort?
two probably. Yeah, pillow
Nice.
fort's the worst. I hate.
Oh.
Sounds like a horrible magic.
It's
card.
just a bad.
What is it? Does it
Yeah.
tap for 2 and puts you to sleep?
Basically, yeah.
Great. Put
It's
it in
like,
my
oh,
deck.
It's like, oh, you want to do something? Yeah, I do. Well, here's why you can't. It's like, oh,
Not pillow fort.
yeah, it's terrible.
Oh,
I
I'm
hate it.
upset now.
Okay.
Pillow fort should be more.
We got
loved.
7 minutes. Get through 3 more.
We got it. Let's do it.
Cardboard fort.
Hell
Now
yeah!
we're cooking.
The old fridge box, and you cut like the
Yes.
windows and the doors out of it.
Yes.
And you
The
got,
only issue
oh yeah,
is, or maybe this is a positive, it depends on how you look at it, is the cardboard fort could be easily confused with the cardboard spaceship or the cardboard truck or the cardboard tank.
Not unless you color on the outside properly.
yeah, it's true. If you color it to look like a building,
Yeah.
then nobody will confuse it.
Sorry, I don't hear him because he's not talking to this microphone. So we have to really talk. Dragon, we told you. Use your damn mic. I moved it. I literally went on my way to move it around.
Yeah, right. He's not holding anything.
Yeah, but you need cardboard. And what if you don't have cardboard
It's
at
awesome.
home?
No, I'm saying it's so versatile. The only issue is, again, it's like a Netflix. Too many options.
There was a time
You have to
when
establish it.
It was
I
one
used
of
to be able
my-
to go to the grocery store up the street from where I lived, and you could ask for boxes, and they
Oh,
just
hell
give you
yeah.
like the toilet paper roll boxes,
Dude,
and then you just take them home and you.
so nice. Yeah.
Actually, this is both a happy and sad story. When my parents split up and we had to move out of the house, we got all these boxes, and I was so in my glory. I went through and like built this huge fort out of them, and I like cut them into different pieces and had doors and rooms, and I was so excited. And then my dad got so mad at me because I cut up all of our moving boxes and ruined them. Oh, Because, I'm a kid. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean I have to leave this house? No way. I'm going to build my own house inside this house. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought it was sad because of the parents divorcing, but that was a next level sadness. Not only are they divorcing, we're also have to get a whole bunch more boxes now because Brando had to get creative and use that amazing brain of his.
Yep.
Hey, I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
And I love your
you too.
family, and I'm just so happy to have you here. Where are we at?
Number 2,
Number
blanket fort.
Very versatile. I like the blanket fort.
Yeah.
Literally,
I like the
those are the
blanket
ones we described as the last forts we built were blanket forts.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're, you can make anything happen. My kids make them all the time. It's just a matter of if they don't cave in on each other.
Yes, those were tricky. Like, how many rooms do you have in the house to
Yeah.
prop
Yeah,
everything
Stuff
up?
to stick up.
Yep.
And if you make a whole blanket fort that takes up the whole living room, when your dad comes home and he's like, "Oh, you built a blanket fort.
Yeah.
You
'Cause they're
use the
messy.
kitchen table to hold it up, Brando. You have to clean this up." It's way easier to clean that up than
Yeah.
when you dismantle all the furniture in the house.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably throw blankets over it anyway.
Yeah. Well, my kids make them all the time. And you know what? I'm just glad that they're not on their iPads or, playing video games. They're actually building
it.
and creating. And yeah.
You've been saying it since the start. Get off the damn phones. This
Okay.
is it.
So we got one more. Number
here we
one.
go.
This
and
is the
then
top best.
This is
fort.
number 1 according to
to,
you.
to me. Yeah.
Okay.
And
all right.
you can change my mind.
Okay.
Tree fort.
Ooh, those are tricky because,
Oh.
as a kid, you can't just go out and build one. You need tools and you need wood.
Over here,
Okay.
Gary. I, again, being the most spoiled child in the history of mankind, most privileged human being you'll ever meet, we had a lovely cabin up at Pike Lake. And at this cabin, there's a big, beautiful tree on the side. And my dad went out of his way to get his carpenter into. Oh, that doesn't look good. We okay, Dragon? Yeah, we're good. Oh, look at it. It's going all over the place. To bring his carpenter to, his personal carpenter,
Wow.
Kim the carpenter, to this cabin and proceeded to build a double-decker treehouse. So you
Oh
go
my
up a
God.
ladder, and there's a literal, underneath is like a deck with railings. And then from there you go up here, and then you walk across over this side, and you go up again, and there's a trap door that opens up. Climb up, and you go in. And then it's this beautiful, it's probably about the size of this set, like this beautiful treehouse inside there. And the Nickel family were huge, huge fans of the movie Monster Squad. You ever see Monster Squad?
Yep.
Wolfman does have nards. Like, kick him in the nards. Like, one of the best movies ever. And so we proceeded to make it the Monster Squad treehouse. So we all had our own spots in there where we lay down our sleeping bags, and we spend every single night up there. We got the Nintendo up there with a little tiny TV. We got the Ghetto Blaster.
Oh, man.
And that's where we hung out for years. And then one year we went back after winter to open up the cabin, and we go up to the treehouse, and there's just wieners drawn over everything inside. Someone got up there, broke in, they had a little lock on there, broke in, and just wienered everything, graffitied it all, and just ruined our amazing treehouse.
What a dick.
Well,
But I get the irony there. Very funny. But at the same time, very funny. Like, if I would have been at this age and seen, I'm sure my dad's probably like, that's pretty funny.
it was pretty
Like,
but,
I'm angry that some vandals came in here and ruined this incredible treehouse, but that was a pretty funny way to do it.
Yeah.
My dad built me like a playhouse thing like that.
Gonna recap the tier
Recap.
list.
He did it. How
Okay.
you actually did
Oh,
it? Look at him.
Hell yeah.
Look at him.
We just what's it called? We leveled up.
We did.
We did.
leveled
He
up
one
as a
upped
team.
us.
He did. He's
That
the
is
one upper now.
excellent.
Look at him go. We can actually make this and put him on the screen.
Ooh.
Well, we should
Take
pull
it-
it back
yeah,
up.
pull it back up.
so
We
can
gotta
take a
talk
look
about
at
it. Yeah, there you go.
So I think that tent fort has to be at the bottom just for being a lame
It
ass
is pretty
fort.
lame. You
right?
don't really build anything. You put some sticks and
It's
some.
a tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you set up the tent. That's not a fort.
Yeah.
It's a tent. That's
Yes.
what that is.
Yes.
I agree. So yeah, 10 foot goes up, then bale, then snow. I think it's pretty good. Besides, that. I like the stick, the hockey stick. It's amazing, dude. This
could've
is
put
so good.
Yeah.
So
I
proud
kind of
you.
like snow fort more than stick fort, because like snow forts you can make either as like a igloo type situation,
Yeah.
like a shelter, or you could like the kids in the building next to mine did. They went out into the park and they just did like kind of it looks like the exterior wall of a castle,
Yeah.
Nice.
right? Which is
Yeah.
really cool, right?
Yeah.
Like there's
That's cool. Okay, but I'm not done. I
Okay.
got one last thing to add.
oh
One
my
last thing.
goodness.
Here we go.
Wouldn't that be cool if some kind of organization ran a contest where kids made a fort of whatever they had, and then if they won, they could get like a sleeping bags and lanterns and stuff to like sleep in their fort. Wouldn't that be?
Are we starting a contest?
I don't, do we have?
Did
do
we
have
just
the
become
means?
best friends? Did we just start a contest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we?
I mean,
don't see why we couldn't.
Well,
can't see
do we
why
have
people-
money to buy sleeping bags and lanterns?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll donate
Well-
a couple things.
Well, no, like, I mean, like, I imagine it won't be this huge thing. Like, I'm sure we can spare a couple bucks to get these things done.
Yeah.
This would be amazing. I'd love to see everyone's fort.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like
cool
in
as hell.
Saskatoon, like build us a fort. We'll come. We'll send Emily Mays all up in your fort. And then
That's it.
we'll every Friday we'll post a new fort,
Let's get Frankie going while she's going.
and and then we'll give it a deadline, probably before the middle of summer, because we want people to enjoy their
And
forts.
you have to have the option of snow.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, but if you have snow fort, you lose stick fort.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna go out and like saw trees in the winter when there's snow right
Okay.
there that you can make a fort on.
We'll massage this out.
we will massage it out.
Next Friday, we're going to have a plan to start this amazing Dufferin Avenue Media Network contest. Best fort in the city.
Yeah, well, I'll come up with some catchy name.
There you go. We got Dragon on it. You guys, great job.
We did it
What a
again.
Great show. Amazing. We totally Britney Spears this. I'm so proud of us for doing that.
What's that mean?
Oops, we did it again.
I mean,
Almost.
it's
The
never
spaghetti.
an oops. We always kill it.
We did it again. Perfect. To everybody who came through this week, what a crazy. I was literally in the ski chalet for 3 days. So all the boys that stepped it up and continued to keep this place running. Thank you so much, LB and Mazer, hosting Dragon, stepping in and doing a bunch of stuff. Enom and Curtis Anderson, Simon Hyatt was in here again. We had another 3-hall. We got another 3-hall interview we got to play next week because we got more stuff coming on. The Telemiracle event tomorrow night at 3-hall. Be sure to get out there and enjoy some more amazing musicians doing great things and fundraising for a great cause. To you, Jabros, thank you for always just being awesome and making this such a great show. Network Ryan, he did some stuff too. Thank you to him. John Fast, hey, look out now. Check it out. Audio version coming up soon. I was just talking to him. He's in California right now with his publicist. Big deal. Can't Stop Love. John Fast.
Did he like his
On
simmering
Amazon.
pot?
Yes, but he did say that he used it and he still didn't have any offers of dates because he promised him that he would find some companionship from it, and he didn't have any.
It doesn't necessarily need to be a companion or a woman. It
I'm just
could,
telling you what he told me.
well, John, let's talk. What intention did you put in there?
Magic of the pot. Thank you again for these pots. I'm gonna go and totally exercise the demons in the house there. I'm very excited for that.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It'll be great. And to you, as always, for being a part of this amazing, incredible thing that we do and making the world a better place. We love you. We appreciate you. Remember, karma's very real. Do good things. They'll start happening to you. Have a great weekend.
See you.
Bye.